Hello and welcome to a video with me, Raindale. Today's a short one. I just want to show you the team that I'm using to auto the hard boss on for the Final Fantasy X Trial of Reckoning. I know a ton of people are kind of trying to figure out their teams right now, and my team is an Ice mono team. I don't have Auron, nor do I have Yuna, and I don't have Titus EX, so I kind of had to make do with what I have. So hopefully some of you guys have what the necessary materials to build a team like this. So let's quickly go in game, and I'll show you the team that I'm using. Tidus, Freyevia, Gilgamesh, Laswell, and Neisha. The main idea here is to rack up as many points as I can. I want to build a all slashing and almost all ice chain, because whenever you hit the boss with their weaknesses, you get extra points. So I want to try to do that. And then I'm using two of the vision cards that give bonuses. I've noticed that using all bonus vision cards makes me lose points overall because the team's performance is lower, so we kill the boss with more attacks and then take more damage and etc. So this works a little bit better for me. At the end, I'll show you the abilities on and off if you want to try it out, but for now, let's just go in game and show you how the fight actually goes. So we're loading. And I did not put it on auto just yet because I want to show you one little thing first. You can see my use for manual play here. So the boss has weakness to slashing, magic, and ice. Obviously, if you have Yuna, throw her in there, you'll get the large point bonus. But I just wanted to show that we're going to leverage these two weaknesses, and we're actually going to make them into even bigger weaknesses. Using the abilities from Laswell and Gilgamesh, because they can both reduce enemy resistances. So let's kick it off. So what we want Laswell to do is to reduce ice resistance for the boss. We want Gilgamesh to reduce slash resistance for the boss, just like he did there. And we want Tidus to use his slow. So if he lands a crit, he can slow the boss, and that's really useful. Another thing I want to point out is that this boss has AoE confusion attacks that can really screw up your setup. So you need to make sure that your characters, or at least the most important ones, have confusion resistance. And if you farm the latest raids, you probably have a couple recipes for elf cloaks. So I recommend you put those on your guys. It doesn't need to be a +5 elf cloak. You can put a +0 elf cloak as long as it's high level. So that's something that's pretty useful for you guys. And then Neisha, if she's using Blade Bash like this, has the chance to stun. So now the boss is stunned and slowed, so we're able to build a pretty good chain and hit him for a lot of damage, as you just saw Laswell do. So that's the idea. The better the chains are, the better the points overall. So Fryevia's there, dealing a little bit of damage. Unfortunately, stun does not prevent the boss from breaking the chain when he takes a turn. So that's the main reason why we're using the slow from Tidus. And we're using him for the bonus points, even though he's not an ice unit. So he breaks our chains, but hey, he does what he can. So we stun the boss again, so we're not getting confused. That's lucky. I usually don't get 2 stun procs in a row, but honestly, it doesn't change much in the overall result for our battle. So Laswell hits pretty hard again. We're just going to keep hitting him until he goes down, and then we'll be able to see how many points we get from that run. Freya's out of AP, but we finally finish him off. So that was it. Pretty quick and easy clear. Let's see how many points we get. I typically get around the 5,000 mark. See, 5,400. Not a bad score at all. So let's go back to our Embark screen. So now we can discuss a little bit. I know not a lot of players have Freyevia, among other things, and you might not all have a well-built Gilgamesh to use. So what are alternatives that you guys could use? Well, you could use a Shadowlynx and Dwayne if you have those, and build a Dark Chain instead, using Runestern, Stern, Venera. There are a ton of Dark Slashers, and while the boss does not have innate weakness to Dark, if you use Dwayne and reduce his Dark resist, you're now hitting on a weakness, and that does count towards your point ranking at the end. So there are other ways to do that, and if you can't use Gilgamesh to reduce slash resist, you can use EX Stern, who is also Dark. So that would be another great option. or you could go for an all-water chain, using Ildira, Glaciela, and then making a team with Tidus. I've seen some of those teams work pretty well as well. And then I'll quickly go through the abilities on off, just in case you guys want to do something similar. So Tidus actually uses his delay buster in priority here in my setup, so that's pretty happy for me. Then Freyevia is in the White Mage job because I don't want her to use Taunting Spell, I want her to use Blizzaga Blade, and I turned off Izuna, otherwise she would waste her turns healing poison from our guys, so I don't want her to keep doing that. Gilgamesh, I think, has all his abilities on. Nope, so I turned off Frostblade because that's something he will frequently use and just waste an attack with a magic scaled ability that he doesn't use very well. Aside from that, the abilities are on. Laswell, there you go. So his abilities are basically all there. He has a pretty good priority. I did turn off Mirage though because he doesn't need it in this fight, and I prefer to have him use other buffs, such as Bells, for example. And then Naisha is there mainly to use Blade Bash. I'm just going through quickly. If you want to pause and look at those, you'll have that information. So there you go, guys. Short and sweet video, don't want to take this too long. I just wanted to show you what I'm using. Hopefully some of you guys find it useful in putting together your own team. And then that's it. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed your time. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day.